color would have just popped. I mean, even with the lights, if you had a black light around, it would have just made them glow even more, which, I mean, could have been a distraction, could have been in their favor. You never know.
Right.
You
I
know,
really enjoyed
cool.
Jake Evans and that other guy's outfits, that yellow, like the arm pads and shit. Jake Evans really impressed me in that match. That whole match was really good. I really didn't know what to think about Dark Order and the Creepers, which they are really fucking creepy. But those Viking guys don't seem like they fit in the whole Dark Order thing.
I thought like someone was cosplaying as Ares from God of War. I thought that's what happened, and he just happened to walk into that area for a minute because he fought everybody. And I was like, why? I thought you were on that side. And then a few minutes later, he's teamed with them again and on their side. And then a few minutes later, he's clotheslining the guy again. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that guy was just confusing. I mean, Viking, he looked cool. I mean, he looked fairly, legit, had the beard and all that stuff, but it's confusing a little bit.
Right.
Because I didn't know who was on whose side,
Exactly.
Mostly because Luchasaurus's mask was the same chartreuse as the other guys' costumes. The yellow, as you were saying. And it was, that was, I thought they were with them. And then they're fighting them. And I'm like, in the beginning when it all started, I was like, why are they hitting them when the Viking guy's hitting them? And now the Viking guy's hitting them.
Right, and then they go and tag someone else on the other team.
Yeah. Yes, and that was the thing. They were tagging each other. So it's like, who's on whose team here? What is happening? But when Luchasaurus did that tombstone move, oh my god. That brought me back.
He gives me a real
awesome
Undertaker vibe, but like really agile. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, let's just talk about Luchasaurus for a minute. That motherfucker, holy shit.
He's a brick wall.
Mm-hmm. His Tombstone Age, whatever that is, what you just said, it's called a Tombstone Age. That had a holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, and the Jungle Boy flip, I mean, he used Luchasaurus's head to jump up to do the flip on the outside to land on the guys outside of the ring. I literally have written Lucha Jungle Flip Foot what the fuck because it was so shockworthy. It was like, what the fuck? What did I just see? Awesome. It's just really cool. Like the acrobatics of a lot of these guys is totally worth watching these. Let alone the fights in themselves. I mean, they're really good at what they're doing without killing themselves or killing anyone else, but it looks like he's not going to get up, like
right.
It looks serious when the shit goes down.
I really enjoyed the names of Luchasaurus's moves. One of them was a choke slam to the Cretaceans, and the other one was Tombstone Age. They're great. It's awesome. And Jungle Boy, he can take a beating. Holy shit. Yeah. And apparently he started when he was 13. I want to research and find some of his early matches. That'd be pretty cool.
If you go all the way back before Luchasaurus was Luchasaurus, and there's a picture of Jungle Boy, and I think Luchasaurus was the one that put it on Twitter, and he goes, even back then, Jungle Boy was above me, and he's sitting above, Luchasaurus, like in a bleacher type scenario, but he was directly behind him, like he is now. It looked like he could have been sitting on his shoulders. It's just fucking hilarious.
It's fucking awesome.
I love that because it's different. You don't see that anywhere else, but it works.
Real. It's real.
Yeah.
It's just, a really boy
cool.
and his dino. I also did
Mario and Yoshi, man, just
exactly
about, getting their shopping done,
The addition of that little kid or that little guy, that was cool. I think he's going to be fucking awesome too. Just
out of nowhere, jump off the ropes. I mean, I was not expecting it. when I first saw him, I thought he was with the camera crew because he's like fanning off, Luchasaurus on the outside. And then out of nowhere, he's in the ring, does this backwards flip, head grab with his legs, flipping the guy off. And it's like,
that was insane.
What the fuck? I thought he was
right. What is that camera guy doing?
Someone holding. Yeah, what the fuck? Why is he in the ring? So yeah, I think he's going to be somebody.
The entrance of the Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and that guy. I think I have his name written down. Marco Stunt is his name, and the whole, how Jungle Boy is riding on Luchasaurus's, shoulders. He gets down, and then the other guy jumps on his back, and they run in the ring. I thought that was like super creative. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got you, and you got me. Yeah, we're all like, Luchasaurus' fucking proteges.
Happy family.
The Page promo, the Hangman Page promo, I thought it was really good. His vest still reminds me of Stone Cold. It was a good promo. And then the next, the Kip Sabian, when he came out, he reminded me of Razor Ramon with the toothpick in his mouth.
Yes, he did have that kind of vibe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Hangman Page, what is it, J-Dog, my other buddy, he was saying that it was supposed to be a guy named Pac, but he's in a different wrestling organization, the Dragon Gate, and he's the champion there. And he doesn't want to lose his championship belt or some shit, so he's not like doing stuff for AEW. So now it seems like they're pushing Hangman Page. And like you said, you kind of liked it, right? Hangman Page?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought that was pretty fun. I after the Fyter Fest, I was like, on the fence, but then at the end, I was like, man, that was kind of cool what he did at the end. And I'm like, I kind of like him.
Right.
He's fun.
J-Dog doesn't really like Hangman Page. He thinks he's kind of not that great, but he's getting a big push because he is in the whole All Elite group. But there was a lot of good moves. I gave it a 3.75. I thought it was really good. It didn't necessarily. It slowed down the whole thing, like from the last match. We were getting some really good shit, but this one really slowed it down.
Yeah, it did a little bit. I mean, I have it written kind of small here and very large, like almost full page on the next page, but that's about the next fight. But small on this one, I wrote slap fight. And the whole deal with it is it's a 20-minute timeline match, and it ended at 19 minutes and 3 seconds. But it was like, it ended. It wasn't like a close call. It ended. And that's 3.5 for me because of, it felt like a gimme at the end. It was like, okay, we need to end this before the 20 minutes. This isn't supposed to be a time run out kind of match.
Right.
That's just, how I took it.
There was a holy shit moonsault knee, which was a really good bump. And I heard a guy in the crowd when Hangman Page was outside, and I heard him go, "Suck it up."
Yep, I heard that. I was laughing. He's like, "Suck it up, Hangman, get up." It's hilarious.
So there was a oh my god moment when he powerbombed him onto the ramp, and he was like shaking and twitching. I thought that was cool. That actually brought it to like a 4 for me. Like, it started off slow as a slap fight and stuff, and then that big oh my god, and he was like shaking. I'm like, that looks real, man.
And well, the move that did it for me, other than that one, because that was like, oh my god, that's like a 1/4 inch of nothing, and then a steel ramp. Like, holy shit. But the other one was like the dragon screw move. That was fucking. Was
that the
really
swinging
cool,
neck breaker?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it written. Swinging neck breaker was dope as fuck.
Like I thought he might not get up, and I think it was after that when he was like, you know what, fuck you, and threw him onto the ramp like that. And
that was a really big toss. Just woof.
Yeah. Doof. Straight onto his back, even. I mean, That was crazy.
There was a foot
I don't know
stomp.
how these guys take beating like that. It's insane.
Right. There was a foot stomp that Kip did from the top rope, and I just have a comment. Like, if you're going to do it and, like, you know, step on their chest, roll forward. Don't fucking fall backwards onto them. It just makes it look weird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have here? We're running out of time on this one, but we'll be back for part 2 in a minute here. There was a bridging pump handle suplex, which I thought was super intricate, like where he took his leg and like flipped him up and, you know, suplexed him. I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing I have written here is I really like the sound of knee pads when they hit them. Like when they kick them with their shin. Like, I'm like, oh, dude, yes.
It sounds brutal, and it's a nice slap. You know,
there was good
that was one comment I had, too. Oh, sorry. I was just saying real quick that the one thing I was saying was, man, that slap hit sound, is that coming from somewhere else, or is that actually the sound of that stuff hitting the other person?
Right, I wonder if they make it like that to make that sound, which I think is dope. I think also Kip made Hangman Page look really strong. There was really good bumps in it. It looked, you know, he made him look stronger, and which is awesome. When two people are wrestling each other, they're supposed to make each other look good, and I think that's what he was there for. I mean, he's a champion and something else. I think he had a belt, right? Kip Sabian did. Yeah. So.
Oh, and the other thing about Kip Sabian is, like, the font on his breeches, if you want. Like, I don't know how many times when I wasn't looking at what it said, I thought it said Snapple. Like, that's the thing that popped into my head, and then you'd look at it and be like,
and it said super bad,
Snapple
right?
at fucking all. It doesn't say,
just
super
says
bad.
super bad.
You know?
I didn't like how the announcer kept going, super bad.
Yeah. Well, I think that goes back to back in the day when they would go, woo, you know, stuff like that. Now I'm talking about like Ric Flair, but, you know, the guy would be like, woo,
right.
The announcer. You know, that was pretty cool. Pretty fun stuff.
Well, I would encourage everybody to join us for part 2. We'll be back in a second.